What's up? What's poppin'? It's your boy Zillionaire. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe to all my channels. Zillionaire Entertainment TV, Zillionaire Entertainment TV 2, Zillionaire Entertainment TV Films, and everything else. Now, I'm gonna break this down for y'all because a lot of y'all try to do cases without studying, without research, without putting the pieces together. I don't understand the majority of people do cases by how they feel. Blows my mind. But anyway, Zillionaire comes with facts, the truth, and the evidence. A lot of people don't like that about me because I actually research, I actually study, I actually open people's eyes to stuff. And not only that, I've been blessed to give people divine insight and wisdom into these cases. I'm going to break down Rosemont and how crooked, dirty, and corrupt they are. Why they cover up crimes for the organ trafficking, sex trafficking, and drug trafficking business. How the Stevens family who run Rosemont, how they have ties with the mafia, with the mob, with the elites, and they allow all this devious, wicked activity to go on in their city. And I'm going to go all the way back to Donald Stevens, the father, okay? Now, the father, all right, Donald Stevens Sr., okay, mayor. I'm going to go back, all the way back, and I'm going to bring you up to date on how dirty and wicked this city is and how dirty and wicked the Stevens family are. All right, and back in 1999, Donald E. Stevens Sr., he met with mobsters in 1999 to discuss contracts on Rosemont-based casinos who would be controlled by the mob, and FBI agent testified Monday. The allegations immediately denied by Rosemont attorney, who said Stevens was in Wisconsin on the weekend in question. That's what they say. Boom. All right, this is what FBI was watching them. This happened back in 2004, 2005. Now, not only that, the attorney, okay, the attorney, Illinois' attorney at the time was Lisa Madigan. Okay, she also linked Donald Stevens back to the mob. Okay, she said something about the mob. Because she threatened to tear down the casinos. It was some dirty, wicked stuff going on with the mobsters and threats and all kind of stuff. Okay, and she said the connections that that Don Stevens and the city of Rosemont had. She said they were connected to organized crime. Now we all know organized crime is the mob. She said they were connected back to the mob. Not only that, the feds said they were connected to the mob and everything else. Okay, so just letting you know the Stevens family is already caught up into some wicked stuff, already caught up into some mob stuff, already caught up into some elite stuff, already caught up into corruption. They're already corrupt. Okay, boom. Now we're going to fast forward. Okay, they said the Stevens family was collecting millions of dollars from the villages in Rosemont, just collecting what you call it, like embezzling money, all kind of stuff. They just take it, whatever they want in Rosemont because they run Rosemont. Don Stevens, he was the mayor of the city, of course. His nephews were the chief of police. He had his brother, who he's still alive, had him on the board of directors, on city council and this and that. So they're just running everything, and they're in position of power on every level in Rosemont, pulling all the strings. Okay, let's get this. All right, they're under scrutiny by the FBI. And recently, 2019, they've been under scrutiny because of them selling narcotics and pain pills and all kind of other stuff. So they're transporting drugs. The feds also found out. Like they're into sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and organ trafficking. Now the drugs, they got them saying that they were selling all kind of narcotics, pain pills, steroids. Would you name it? They were trafficking this stuff. Now I'm gonna go back to another accusation of them covering up crimes. All right. Now, as we know, I talked about this a long time ago about Frank Siciliano. How you spell it? Siciliano. Frank Siciliano. I'm gonna call him Siciliano because it's hard to pronounce his name. It's an Italian name. Frank Siciliano. He said he was forced out because he refused to ignore illegal activities and how they were working with gang members. I'm going to say that again. He was told to ignore illegal activities from gang members. So in other words, the police department were working with gangs, okay? Understand this. This stuff is wicked. This stuff is corrupt and it's dirty. I mean, all the way from the top to bottom. All right. So Frank, it's so hard to say these Italian names. Frank Siciliano, he blew the whistle. He was a whistleblower. All right. He got forced out or whatever. I was trying to contact to see if the man is still alive. I haven't yet to contact or found out if Frank Siciliano is still alive. But he blew the whistle on how they cover up crimes for how they cover up crimes and how they work with gang members and how they work with criminals, and they were involved in the criminal activity, the chief of police and the police department and everybody else, and he wouldn't join in, so they forced him off the police board. All right. Now, I'm bringing you up all the way up to speed, man. Now, we already know Rosemont already got not only did the feds find out that Rosemont was transporting narcotics and all that, Rosemont also found out they had bodies in freezers. Bodies in freezers. I'm going to say this again. Bodies in freezers. Like they put Kanika in the freezer. I don't know why people don't understand why they put Kanika in the freezer. It's the reason why. They put bodies in freezers to preserve organs. That's why she was put there. It was not a coincidence. It was not an accident. It was a purpose to it, because this is what Rosemont is caught up into. All right. So, 2014, as we know, they had bodies on the black market for organ trafficking. Organ trafficking. They had bodies on the black market. They had a body broker ring. They was accepting donations and money at a crematory, at Biological Resource Center. And they were receiving bodies. They chopped up bodies. They said they had bodies on ice. On ice. We saw, what do we see in the freezer with Kanika? A big thing of ice next to her. Hello, somebody. Pay attention. I don't understand how people just don't put the pieces together. I don't understand that. Bodies on ice. Okay? Ice in the freezer with Kanika. This is what they do. This is why they put bodies in freezers. And where they had one of the biggest organ trafficking business in the United States. They had body parts, they had hands, legs, torsos, and they were illegally selling this on the black market. So now you see what the Stevens family is all caught up into. They're getting all the corrupt money from organ trafficking, drug trafficking, and sex trafficking. This is what they do. Now I'm gonna bring you all the way up to speed to recently. Now it's an election coming up. Okay, it's an election coming up. But Donald Stevens III has stepped down. His uncle, Bradley Stevens, his father's brother, granted him his request to leave. They really asked him to step down because some people in the organization said that he had misconduct and that his leadership and he doing a little corrupt stuff. You know, they telling him to get a leave of absence, because if he don't get a leave of absence, it's going to mess up his uncle's reelection. I'm going to say that again. The stuff Donald Stevens did, he started getting sloppy. Donald Stevens III. He started getting sloppy, really. This is what's really going on here. He started getting sloppy. Now the feds is really on him again. So they're asking him to step down. So Bradley Stevens, his uncle, was trying to make it seem like he's doing the right thing as a mayor, telling one of his own people to step down. You see what I'm saying? So he can get reelected. This is all a ploy. This is all a plot. But let me tell you, what's in darkness will come to the light. And this is what's going on recently with Rosemont, with these new allegations and narcotics and corruption in the ranks of the police department and everything else. So Rosemont is just a dirty, corrupt place, like the Bible tells us, man. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high place. These are people, principalities and powers in high positions of authority, doing the most evilest, wickedest things you can imagine. The Bible told us about this. God warned us about this. We need to be aware of the dark side of this world. It's a very dark, corrupt side and wicked side to this world, and you have to be spiritually in tune to what's going on around you. Just like this pandemic, people in power put this epidemic out here. because they want to control the population. They want to control what's going on. They want to control your money. They want to control how you live. They want to control what you do, where you go. These are spiritual wickedness in higher places of authority. Rosemont is corrupt, but Rosemont is not the only corrupt city in the world. There's corruption in every city, every state. You can dig and you can find it, and you can dig and look for it, and you will find the corruption. I'm your boy Zillionaire, bring you nothing but the truth, the facts. Wake up, be spiritually in tune, stop sleepwalking, and stop trying to do cases on how you feel, and break down cases on truth, facts, and divine insight. Then you'll get your answers. I'm out of here. Let me know what you think, how dirty and wicked Rosemont is and how corrupt they are. Mob ties, elite ties, organ trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking. I mean, all kind of corrupt stuff going there. And it started all the way at the top of the Stevens family ranks. I tell you, man, and this is why they covered up Kanika's crime. They had a history of crime cover-ups. The former police chief, the former police lieutenant, he blew the whistle. And they're still being under investigation, still being watched, still being looked at. And a lot of stuff is still coming to the light with this corrupt city and corrupt town and this corrupt family who cover up all kind of crimes so they can continue to do their corrupt, illegal activities. I'm out of here.